80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto Principle, states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts.
Welcome to the Growth Beyond Hustle podcast.
Today, we are talking about something that can completely transform your business.
Welcome to the Growth Beyond Hustle podcast. Today's episode is focused on the 80-20 rule, focusing on what truly drives results. I'm Kristian Livolsi, your host, and I'm here with my co-host, Adrian Lee. Welcome, Adrian. Great to have you here. Today, we dive into the transformative power of the 80-20 rule, revealing how focusing on the right 20% of activities can drive 80% of your results. Learn how to identify your high-impact tasks, eliminate distractions, and work smarter, not harder. Packed with actionable tips from Adrian and myself, real-world examples, and practical steps, this episode is your guide to prioritizing what truly matters and achieving greater success with less effort. That sounds great, doesn't it? So let's get started and unlock your potential. Adrian, today we're diving into a game-changing principle that helps so many businesses thrive, the 80-20 rule. Let's start simple, right? What is it and why is it so powerful?
Dude, I've founded, I didn't found it, but I've come across the Pareto Principle many years ago. It has had a profound difference in my life. So the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto Principle, states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. It's powerful because it helps us identify and double down on what truly moves the needle.
That's awesome, dude. And I love that. But here's the thing. Most people spend their time on the 80% that doesn't drive the results. Why do you think that is, man?
Mate, it's because we confuse busyness with productivity. So checking off tasks feels good, right? You've checked off a few tasks in your life, haven't you? Now, unless those tasks align with your key goals, they are just distractions. So it's easier to stay busy than to prioritize effectively.
Don't we all know it? Don't we know how many people use the phrase busy, and yet when you look at their productivity, they've done fuck all. Right? By the way, these episodes are rarely G-rated because I tend to let a few F-bombs. Adrian's much better than me, but unfortunately, I can't contain myself with the passion and excitement. But look, Adrian, so for our listeners, the coaches and consultants and anyone else in between, how could they start applying the 80-20 rule for their business?
Well, the first one I like to look at is which clients generate the majority of the revenue, right? Because for you and I, we've had a lot of long-term clients that have been with us for years. A lot of people in the outsourcing company have been with us since the start 4 years ago. You want to focus more energy on them, number one, right? Then number two, what you want to do is you want to look at the activities that bring in the most leads or conversions, right? Double down on those. Now, in one of our previous episodes, we did talk a little bit about that, talking about starting within or going to your existing network. All right. Now, absolutely. Which tasks consume time but don't yield results, right? So what you want to do there is you want to delegate or eliminate them.
Oh man, I love that. That is beautiful. So really focus more energy on the tasks that generate you the most revenue.
Yep.
Double down on the activities that bring you in the most leads and conversations, I think you said, and then delegate and eliminate any tasks that consume your time but do not yield results.
Spot on.
Dude, amazing. Great summation there for all of our people. Now let's talk about some real life examples, bro.
All right. So
do you have an example, right? Do you have an example where applying the 80-20 rule made a significant impact either on yourself or on one of our clients or your clients?
Yeah. So I've worked with over 150 coaches and consultants over the last few years. And I remember a time where I had one consultant who was spending, and a lot of them do spend hours on social media, chasing likes and comments. And when we really analyzed their results, we found that 80% of their clients came from referrals and speaking engagements. All right. So by focusing on those activities, their revenue doubled in 6 months. And you heard that right. Doubled. It's just not just, just a random double, like doubled it, because it actually happened, which is powerful.
It's pretty amazing. Hey, we could spend all day just talking about real examples. But I know that you've got to pick up Charlie soon, so we're not going to sit here and hang for hours and hours. But it's really interesting. So many people actually spend so much time doing the complete opposite of the 80-20 rule, and that's why delegation is important. If you've been tuning into our podcasts. There's plenty out there, and this is our key focus: is helping you become more productive and more time bound. But look, there's also a lot of resistance. Okay, Adrian. So, and I've got to say that was a really good example. But what about the resistance that coaches and consultants feel? Sometimes it's hard to let go of the 80% because it feels important. So how maybe share with us how you overcome that resistance.
Dude, so much truth right there. I think, look, the key is mindset, and I know that term is probably thrown around a lot, but it's in order to recognize that letting go of the low value tasks isn't neglect. It's focus. And you've worked with me long enough to know that I really struggle with like focusing on too many things. Like I need one focus.
Dude, for you, it's like it's so true. Anyone that knows Adrian, if you're in business with Adrian, dude, I always say to you, don't I? When I coach you back, it's like, hey man, stop having three plates in the air. Just stick to one, right? And you because you try to multitask, and it's like, nah, just finish. And as soon as you do that, you crush it, man. Right? You
Exactly.
crush it.
Yeah.
You're a beast.
It also reminds me of a couple of things while we're going here. You can't ride three horses with one backside, right? So you want to, and I used to say this a lot to my fitness clients in the early days, was start small, win small, build momentum. But here, you want to start small. Just spend, just 1 week tracking your activities and your results. You'll quickly see where your time is best spent very, very quickly, right?
Yeah,
and
huge.
you've also got a time tracker worksheet that we could probably give the audience as well.
Absolutely. You're right. Bang on. Yeah. We've got a time audit tracker that helps people. Well, I think statistically, with the research that we've done, it saves a minimum of 4 to 8 hours a week if you follow it properly. And what could you do with 4 to 8 hours of extra time? If you want that, drop audit in the comments, whether it's YT or IG or wherever you're finding us.
Yep.
If you stumbled across us, just send us an email at, well, actually, they can just send you an email, can't they, Adrian? So Adrian at growthoutsourced.com. And I think even the .au works, but it's .com.
No, it doesn't.
No. Okay. So it's just growthoutsourced.com.
Yep.
And Adrian will actually flip it onto you pretty quick. So, Adrian, what are some practical steps? We love this part of our segment. What are the practical steps that our listeners can today do to identify their 20% so that they can focus on it and scale with determination?
All right. So the first thing, grab the worksheet that Kristian just mentioned that we're giving you and audit your time. All right. It's a simple worksheet, a tool that will track your activities for the week. Write down everything that you're spending your time on using that worksheet. No 100%. Need to use any fancy tools. Simple worksheet you can use to just write all that stuff down and do it daily. It will have a profound difference on what you're spending your time on. Number one. Two is while you're going through that, you're probably going to see some of the activities that might not be high impact. So what you want to do, number two, is you want to identify high impact activities, right? Look at where your revenue, your leads, or your results are coming from, right? Number three is eliminate or delegate, all right? So you're going to see some of the activities that are low impact you want to outsource or drop those low impact tasks like admin or any repetitive work that you're doing that is low impact. And number 4 is you want to schedule focus time. Now, this is one of the very, very key and crucial areas that Kristian is an absolute master in. He is the Yoda, right, of focus time, right? So you want to block time out daily for your 20%. And I would even say, I know we're talking 80-20, but I would even take that down to the 5%. What are the 5% of activities that are really moving the needle? But let's just call it the 80-20. But I would get a little bit granular. I'll be thinking, what are the 5%ers that are really moving the needle, right? And protect it fiercely, right? Protect it fiercely.
Absolutely, Adrian. I think they are incredibly powerful and insightful. Adrian, the 80-20 rule really is about working smarter, not harder. It's exactly the theme of our podcast. It's why it's called Growth Beyond the Hustle. Any final thoughts for our listeners, Adrian?
Oh, final thoughts. Well, just remember this: success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things. And if you focus on the 20% of what matters or the 5%, the results will follow.
That's huge, man. And I know that we've raced through this, guys, so I'm really sorry. Adrian's got to pick up Charlie. I've got to get ready for a 3-hour strategy session with a client. Look, if you're ready to focus on what truly drives results, I actually urge you, subscribe to Growth Beyond Hustle. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us on our own channels, and make sure that you are getting the strategies and insights. If you're not, follow Adrian on LinkedIn. He's got a cracking Growth Beyond the Hustle newsletter that you pump out every single week, which is stacked full of free resources. And then if you need any help freeing up time to focus on that 20%, I do ask you, check out our virtual assistant services at Growth Outsourced. You will not be disappointed. We only use people that we would use. That's exactly our motto. And we've trained them in the systems that we have in scaling, up to $10 million. So it's we've got a pretty good formula, and it's there for you, Adrian. That was epic, and I loved how we flipped the conversation. I loved how it was me asking you questions this week. Please say hi to Char and the rest of your amazing, beautiful family as you venture into your day today. To all of our listeners, thank you so much for following Growth Beyond the Hustle. Please make sure you subscribe, and also while you're there, hit the notification button so you don't miss any future episodes. Spoken like a podcaster. Man, I love this stuff. I love doing this with you, brother. It's great to do life with you. Have an awesome day. And as always, live with purpose, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace out.
That's a wrap on this episode of Growth Beyond Hustle. We hope you got some real value out of today's conversation on protecting your time and energy. And remember, saying no isn't about shutting doors. It's about making space for the right opportunities. The more you set boundaries, the more you find yourself focused, productive, and in control of your business. If you enjoyed this episode, do us a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss another episode. If you're ready to free up your time, stop wearing all the hats, check out Growth Outsourced, our trained virtual assistants, and take those repetitive tasks off your plate so you can focus on what truly matters.